Hello, hello, it's Maria. I'm a reporter here with WDW Magazine, here to take you on another magical escape. Today I am coming to you from the Edison, where I am about to check out their happy hour. I have been here several times for their happy hour. Spoiler alert, it's one of my favorite here on Walt Disney World property. So without further ado, I am going to head inside, head downstairs to the bar, and place an order for some drinks. Let's go. The Edison is a Prohibition themed restaurant here at Disney Springs. It's been a mainstay for a while. And if you do come for happy hour, make sure you take some time to look around the restaurant before you head downstairs to the happy hour. They've got a lot of different Prohibition era reels and footage from that time playing on the walls. They've got a lot of really cool industrial inspired elements in here too. Big fans, lots of big gears, all of course from that 1920s Prohibition time era. Really neat restaurant. Definitely take some time to check it out. So the Edison in and of itself is known for their cocktails. Like everything at Walt Disney World, you can expect them to be a little bit on the expensive side here, but the Edison's drinks are on that little bit of an extra expensive side than the rest of what you'll find here at Walt Disney World. That, in my opinion, is what makes this happy hour so awesome and so worth stopping in, because you get the same exact recipe. I, in fact, just confirmed it with our bartender this evening. It's the same drink recipe that you would get if you were not here during happy hour, same pours and everything, for less than half of the cost. And a lot of these range from $16 to $21. If you go for one of the high roller drinks, they can get up to as high as $38. So to be able to get a handcrafted cocktail here at the Edison, which is such a highly themed restaurant bar, and which offers some of the most unique handcrafted cocktails on Disney property, and they have the price tag to go with it. So the ability to be able to come here and get some of those same exact cocktails and food items too for less than half is, in my opinion, worth it in and of itself. Okay, we are starting off with two of the happy hour drinks this evening. I went with the Four Roses Old Fashioned. This is an $8 Old Fashioned. It, of course, is Four Roses bourbon, orange bitters, simple syrup, and an orange wedge. Classic old-fashioned ingredients here. I watched the bartender make it. That's exactly what he put into it. I really like bourbon and I really like old fashions, and I think you have to if you're going to order an old fashioned, because they're usually a pretty strong drink, and this one absolutely does not disappoint in terms of strength. It is strong, and the first thing I definitely tasted was that bourbon, but again, as you should with an old fashioned, that should be the first thing that comes through, is that bourbon flavor. What surprised me about this one though was the amount of orange flavor that I was getting without it being sweet, and that is the key, because you can add orange sweetness, orange syrup to any cocktail and make it sweet and make it taste like orange. This really is coming from the bitters and from the orange rind that was put into this. The orange flavor is really coming through nicely, and I am really enjoying that about it. Overall, a very dry cocktail, like I said, not sweet, and you have to like that. And for it to be this good and for me to be sitting here and enjoying it here in the Edison's awesome environment, I'm loving it. On to the next. Also from the happy hour menu, I got the South of Nowhere. This is a tequila-based drink. In this one, are 21 seeds, grapefruit, hibiscus, tequila, agave, lime juice, fever tree sparkling pink grapefruit soda, and half a salt rim. That half a salt rim being important, that's gonna come back later. So this one, like I said, is a tequila-based drink, kind of reminding me of a margarita with what they're going for with the ingredients here. But the big difference between this one and the old fashioned is that you really cannot detect the alcohol in the South of Nowhere. My husband is here with me, and I had him try the South of Nowhere too, and he completely agrees with me that you cannot taste that tequila. I wonder if it's because it's a grapefruit hibiscus tequila. The tequila itself is grapefruit hibiscus, so I wonder if that's cutting down on like the alcohol flavor of it, because it has those other flavors in it. But I don't taste alcohol in this at all. That being said, I definitely get the grapefruit flavor. I get a little bit of the acidity from that lime in there. And I really do get a tiny bit of carbonation from the soda, but it's not a bubbly drink at its core. But I don't taste the tequila. So if you're not someone who likes the flavor of tequila or the flavor of alcohol, but still wants to participate in an alcoholic beverage, this might be the one for you. I did watch him again make the drinks, and I saw him put it in. I saw him put the tequila in, so it's definitely in there. It's not like it's missing. It's in there. It's just not really able to be detected flavor-wise, which could be a good thing if you don't like the flavor of alcohol, or could be dangerous depending. And the reason for this drink that the half salt rim was important was I took a sip of it first from the salty side, and the whole thing just tasted like salt. So it was a little bit too much salt on that half salt rim, so maybe grab a straw, mix a little bit of it in. I was actually able to to taste the drink when I drank it from the non-salty side. Overall, this is really good. The flavors are coming together nicely. It's very, very refreshing. So if it's a hot day outside and you want something to kind of cool off and refresh, this one is definitely much lighter than the old-fashioned. So I just said to my husband here, you know, I don't know how much I love this ice choice. This is like the little tiny ice cubes in this. And I said, I wish it had a big cube. And he noticed that if you want, you can add the big ice cube for $3 extra here on the happy hour menu. If you want the big cube, I don't know if it's worth it. This ice definitely does melt quicker. I feel like I've had a lot of this already. There wasn't very much left, and at the rate that the ice is melting, it's kind of watering down the little bit that I did have left. So not my favorite ice choice. I see why now, since you can purchase the larger cube. If you're not a cocktail person though, that's another good thing about this happy hour. They have beer options on here, they have wine options on here, and they have food options on here. This would not be a complete review of a happy hour without trying at least one of the food items. So I just placed an order for the pickle spears to see how they stack up and to see how they pair with the cocktails. Our fried pickle spears have arrived, and again, this seems like a pretty full portion to me. I've honestly never had these here outside of happy hour, so I can't tell you if this is exactly how many pickle spears you'd get if you ordered them off the regular menu, but it was definitely a full basket, plenty to share between my husband and I who are here together today. And the pickle spears came to the table and they were piping hot. So they were fresh out of the fryer for sure when they landed at our table. I kind of wish I blew on it a little bit more before I took my first bite. These are simply pickle spears that are batter dipped and then fried. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but that is simply what they are. I love pickles. I really love that dill pickly flavor. These batter dip, they had a little bit of seasoning in the batter, but nothing really overpowering. And I usually don't like ranch. So this is coming from somebody who likes pickles and doesn't usually like ranch. I really liked the pickle on its own because it was hot, because it was fresh, because there was a slight seasoning to the batter. It wasn't just a plain batter. But there was something texturally off about it for me because the pickle was really crispy, which you want, and the batter was nice and crunchy from being fried crisp, which is exactly what you want too, but there was a lot of crunching happening. So that house-made ranch, which I usually do not like ranch at all, anybody who knows me can attest, but this house-made ranch made it texturally work for me. It added somewhat of a creaminess to it that really cut down on the crispy crunchiness that I was experiencing from the pickles and from the fryer. So that brought this whole thing together for me, surprisingly for me, was that house-made ranch. My husband usually does not like pickles. He usually does not like fried pickles. He doesn't really care for them at all. And he said he really likes these. He said he likes that they're in whole spears. And my first thing was, I don't know if I like that these are just pickle spears. I almost wish that they were like chips or cut a little bit thinner. That would be my one thing I would change about it. Me personally, not him. He loved that about them. He said that he loved that there was a thick pickle spear in the middle, and also because proportionally he felt that the outside batter, which he's definitely right, was proportionally thick enough and not really, really thin or soggy and kept its crispiness. He loves ranch, so he loved the house-made ranch as well. Overall, both of us, two people who have very conflicting feelings usually on pickles, we both really liked these in the end. I would definitely get them, and again, the price of these compared to what the prices, these were only $10 for this full order of pickle chips here. It's nice to have something to crunch on, to snack on, to chew on, to enjoy while you're having your drinks here. So I think this was a good addition to our little happy hour time here this evening at the Edison. And that is going to do it for me here today at happy hour at the Edison here at Disney Springs. A reminder that this and all of our videos are brought to you by WDW Magazine. The link is in the video description to subscribe. And before you click off the channel, if you like this video, if you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing and please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel immensely. Thank you again for following along today. Again, my name is Maria, and I'll see you in the next magical escape.
Start your WDW Magazine membership and escape to Walt Disney World every single month. This large format, glossy magazine is filled with tips, secrets, history, and so much more. Become a member and don't miss another month of magic.